It's like a basic shift in the functioning of where society is going to be headed.
Full underbed storage as well for a lot of other bits and pieces.
And there's places like the spa where you can order in a massage.
Is this the accommodation of the future for Generation Rent? Known as The Collective, this co-living space in North London has 550 bedrooms. The bedrooms are all rather small, but then it does have some pretty unique communal facilities. They were still putting the finishing touches to the building when I visited. Touches that make it look more like a boutique hotel than a youth hostel or student halls. I arranged to meet the building's community manager, Ed Thomas, for a personal tour. He's a veteran of co-living communities which are popular in the United States.
So we've just walked into the library, one of my favourite spaces in the building, where we encourage people to come do some work or read a book. So this is the sauna and spa room, and this room also doubles up as a yoga studio. So we've just come out onto the roof terrace, probably my favourite space in the building. We're surrounded by these igloos, which are a great space to come and chill out in. We find that people are using them to read, to do work in. Also found people sleeping here.
We also check out a games room, the larger communal kitchens on each floor, and the laundry room, even though a linen cleaning service is provided. And this is where I encounter my first inhabitant, giving me a chance to ask him what he thinks of co-living.
It's like a basic shift in the functioning of where society is going to be headed. And I'm pretty excited to be able to take part of that.
What do you get out of it?
Community.
But how well do these newcomers fit into the existing community, I wonder? I asked Ed about this in the cinema room. Is there a bit of a danger when you've got these facilities in the building that you're in a cocoon, you're not going to interact with the community?
We embrace the local community as much as possible. For example, we've organised a canal clean-up. We've put in a restaurant and a bar because that's what a lot of the people around here ask for. That will be open to members of the public.
Next, it was time to meet James Scott, a partner in the business that runs the building.
Storage, making sure there's enough space for all of your things. So wardrobe, additional storage, full underbed storage as well for a lot of other bits and pieces. And then every unit's got an ensuite bathroom. The shower, the toilet, the sink are all in here. And then this is your private space, so you can relax, sleep, rest. And then each studio shares a communal kitchen space. So behind me here is sort of eating area, so our breakfast bar. And then on the other side is our kitchen facilities. So each kitchenette space has got a fridge, hobs, combi oven, storage. And then your neighbour in your studio has the same setup on the other side.
The combined space is about 5 metres by 5 metres. Do you think that is big enough for a young adult?
Yeah, I mean the feedback we've had so far is positive. The way co-living works is that we give people really well designed personal space, which is theirs, which is private. But then when they're socialising, when they're meeting their friends, they're in the wealth of amenity spaces.
Do you think you'd have to be single to be here?
I think we think that co-living is probably more appropriate for predominantly single people, but we've already had some couples move in for whom it works really well.
One early adopter who has just moved in is civil servant Tracy Eden. Here, there's not that much space, personal space in your bedroom. I mean, not much more room than the bed itself. Do you find that this is enough for you?
For me, this is enough. It's pretty much only the place that you come where you want some quiet or private reflection. In a traditional house share, you know, if you've got personalities that don't quite work, you're kind of stuck in that small space together. Whereas here, there are so many people.
You are sort of stuck with the person that you share the studio space with.
You are sort of stuck, but they've matched us on age and interests and sort of career. So it works for us.
As community manager, it's Ed's job to do the matching and prevent infighting. He told me some personality clashes are inevitable, but these can usually be resolved by dialogue, making forced evictions rare. How much does it cost to live this way? It's about £1,080 a month, with many bills included. Reza Merchant, the CEO behind the development, reckons it's an attractive deal.
Your sheets get changed, your room gets cleaned. Once you kind of add in all of those costs, you're really not far off what you would pay for a house share.
But all those things that get done for you, is that not going against the whole idea of being independent? It's like, you know, mummy's gone now, you've got to do these things yourself.
It's about convenience. Rather than worrying about your internet and your utilities and just life admin, you can focus on like making friends.
Big part of London's housing crisis is a lack of homes for young families. This is more for the kind of 20-something singleton, really.
You know, young working Londoners that are the lifeblood of this economy get completely ignored.
Does this place recognise the needs of young Londoners or exploit them? Is it a battery farm for 20-something singletons? Or should we see it as a kind of nirvana for millennials, who don't need much space anyway for their digital belongings? With the doors now open, it will be interesting to see who comes in and what the locals make of them.